Hi, everybody. Welcome to Life with Anita's podcast. And tonight I am interviewing my amazing friend Rashad. He is the creator of Millionaire by Morning. When I tell you I'm so excited about this interview, man, I have to bring him on because we got to start this story. But welcome to the show, Mr. Rashad, my best friend. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Thank you, Anita, for having me on your show.
I am so glad to have you here. Now, Rashad, you are very much, what is the word for that? You kind of be in the background and just being who you naturally are. And there's a dynamic story between me and you because a lot of people see Anita and they just like, hey, Anita, wow, look at you. Uh, they don't know that a lot of what they see now, it came from you putting on an amazing event that I just happened to find on Eventbrite and attending, and the intention and the purpose behind your event, and just how dynamic that later turned into a bigger connection. So, Rashad, would you like to tell some of that story and how you came about creating that event that happened?
Yeah, sure. That's what I do. That's excuse me. That's what I'm known for. I'm known for bringing people together, for bringing like minds together. And it's an amazing story to how I even got there. But I feel like that's what I have to give. And that event that you came to was very much that. That was me building a community of
Mm-hmm.
people locally in my home city, Fort Worth, Texas. And I did an event there, and we had speakers. I think we had, I want to say 7 to 8 speakers, and they all spoke on different topics. I gave them all different topics to speak on. And it's amazing because with those speakers and with the audience that was there, we was pretty much there all day. So everyone there was able to make connections. And Anita popped in with her millionaire. You have to tell the story of your merchandise with your shirt on. I still remember that. And so that day we made connections. And the thing about it is, from that point on, it's been an entire community that has just grown and is continued to grow.
Now, Rashad, I thank you so much. And I will say that you have became one of those people. You know how you meet people and you're just like, this person has a permanent place in my life because had they not did this and then I ended up here, it wouldn't have been this way. And I remember I had signed up for your event, and at the time I wasn't in the best situation. And I remember that morning I was like, I want to go to this event and wear all this stuff. And I'm like, I want to just go and do all this stuff this day. And I was like, but I might miss it because I wasn't feeling well. And something said, get up, put on what you had on that you had ready to go, and go to this event. It could change your life. And that's all I remember hearing before I came to your event. And just to see the impact you created in one room, how did you come up with that concept, Millionaire by Morning? Where did that come from? How did that start?
Millionaire by Morning, it's a catchy phrase that I came up with,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also the way that I used to live.
Mm-hmm.
And um it was called Millionaire by Monday
Mm-hmm.
because my weekends, I would start my weekends off with I would start my week off with basically having money. By the end of the week, going into the weekend, I'd have absolutely no money.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Friday and Saturday to get my money back together so I could last throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
So my concept came, it kind of came to me in a shape of, I had someone to tell me there's no reason at all that I should not have at least $100,000 at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that the man told me. Someone that I knew that was an elder. And so my mindset eventually, not when I was younger, not when he told me that, because I was nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
So my mindset eventually led me to, well, if your mindset can tell you that you could have 100,000, your mindset can also tell you that you could have 1,000,000,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make that happen. So that's basically what I start kind of basing my life journey off of. I start creating these aspects to where I know I can make, $100,000. I finally got there. And then I'm like, okay, well then I could just change my mindset and just tweak these different numbers and I can come up with the same, math equation. So it started getting a little deeper than that because I end up talking to people who had the $1 million, but then I start getting intrigued by their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so it's not just what you're doing, it's what you're thinking. It's how you're maneuvering, it's how you're moving around. And it's what makes you happy. It don't necessarily have to be money.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed it after that. I changed it to Millionaire by Morning because what I learned by talking to these different people who were like, mindset coaches and psychologists, psychiatrists, and people who studied the mind, that you could really change your mind and start going in a different direction by morning.
Mm-hmm.
You can stop today what you've been doing and going in a whole different direction. And you can go in a direction that makes you happy or makes you proud. Yesterday, like they say, it's going to be rainy days.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be cloudy days. Well, you can wake up in the morning and it'd be a sunny day. So that's my concept of Millionaire by Morning. So what I did is I created through my life, I created a program that has 8 different steps, 8 different caveats. And in that caveat is that's my community. That's what I teach people. If you do these certain steps, you too can be a millionaire by morning. So that's where that came from. And that's where my events lead to.
Now, you spoke on something that I think people take it so lightly when they hear change your mindset. Um, your mindset, what you think, a lot of times determines what you become. It determines how successful you can be. And so, Rashad, can you explain to people the importance and how they should not take that lightly if they are ever given advice to change their mindset about things?
Changing your mindset, it's I mentioned a math equation earlier. If you look at your mind, look into your mind, it's almost like computing. It's a computer. So what you have to do is just like they write code for computers, you just have to code. You have to code your mind. You have to code your wants and your needs and program your mind. And it's crazy because you can see it. Like I say, you can see it by morning. If you wake up with a different attitude, if you wake up and instead of just stay in the bed, you wake up and go work out. If you eat something different, if you have a different just programming, you don't check your emails off top. You read something positive.
Mm-hmm.
You don't watch cartoons in the morning. You watch TD Jakes. You can start to see just a different program into your mind, in which at the end of the day, I guarantee you that you'll be more productive with doing productive things to start your day with. And then that just rolls. One of my caveats is momentum. It just rolls and you get into a momentum. Anita, you can speak on this. I can speak on it since I've met you.
Mhm.
It seems as if that my program or my event that you came to was the start of some momentum.
Mhm.
And you've been moving and rolling and started from a snowball. Now you're just turning into an avalanche. And
Mhm.
it's just the momentum haven't stopped. It started. So that's what I mean by getting up and just going to that event,
Mhm.
getting up and just making those 10 phone calls. So all you're doing is computing. All you're doing is programming. And once you begin programming your mind, it starts giving you the things that you want because you've programmed it to get there.
And now, what I would say, Rashad, is that just learning from you and seeing the things that you do and how you are, it also motivated me over this time that I've known you to be more intentional about what I listen to. You know, now instead of me getting up listening to a song, I may listen to motivational speeches. I may watch something that's going to motivate me and align me towards where I'm trying to go. And that is something that I have learned just from even being around you and talking to you and just seeing your platform and the things that you're a part of and how you operate.
Definitely. Definitely. That's what I do. Like I say, another caveat for me is motivation. That's what I call myself now, a money motivation coach.
Hmm.
Because I really and mindset, I miss that. But like I really enjoy seeing people become their best selves. So if you follow me on Facebook, I'm going to share some positivity. I'm going to share some books to help you learn. I'm going to share some, I don't too much share jobs because, I want you to get out there and get it yourself, you know.
Yes.
Um, so I share these things, financial advice and stuff like that, because I also share who I am, right? So I'm not one of those people you hear all the time, social media people. Just share your business stuff. Just share. No, man. I want you to know me. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like, so I'm gonna share some stuff that comes from the heart.
Yes.
Something that shows my personality as well. So that's me.
And now, Rashad, what kind of things are you currently working on as you being a coach, as you being somebody who's able to motivate, to guide, and educate?
I'm glad you asked. I'm about to join the club that you are currently in. I'll be dropping a book here soon and becoming an author. I I will, as far as starting back in January, we're going to start back with doing the events.
Hmm.
Um, I just revamped my website and my Instagram, which I'm very excited about because the community will be official. It's finally operating how I wanted it to. I've been working on it for a long time. Um, and of course, the podcast and what we're about to start doing with the podcast. I really want to turn it into more of on location or like I don't want to say television show,
Hmm.
but more of an interactive space.
Yeah.
So start looking for that. So in January, I'm shutting down production for November and December. In January, we're going to start back up and we're going to go hard.
Okay. Well, I am proud of you because I will say this, okay? And now, Rashad, you know, I'm going to try not to tear up. It's people like you that you keep these people around you because they motivate you to do better. They inspire you to do better. And had I not been at your event and just talking to you after that and making that connection, because a lot of people don't understand, it's one thing to get contact, but then there's a follow up that has to happen. Then you
Right.
got to build that relationship. You got to keep that connection going. And just to have the connection I've had with you and other people that we know mutually, it has been motivating for me to be better, for me to follow my dreams and chase my goals simply because of me making that connection with you. And so I just want to say thank you. I'm glad to have you as a friend. I'm glad to know you. And it was see, I'm trying not to cry, Rashad. Um
Grab your tissues. It's okay. It's okay. Trust me.
this you don't meet certain people in your life, and when you meet those good people you keep those people in your life. And I am so thankful to have you as one of my amazing friends in my life that has motivated me on this journey that I have been on. Even when I was going through the worst, I kept remembering just who you were and who other people were that are very much like you, to keep going. So thank you for that.
That is awesome. You are welcome. And thank you as well. Because, we've had conversations and we both are moving forward with what we're doing. And, it's just nice to have people around, good, authentic people that are moving in the same direction. Because as you can see, it's just creating community of the same type of people.
Yes.
Love it.
Woo, Rashad. See,
You
I
said
said,
this would happen. You
listen,
said this would happen.
I said, Rashad, I'm gonna get over here and do a professional interview. I said, oh Lord, I'm interviewing my friend. I gotta give my heartfelt message to him.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I love it. I mean, you have to realize, like, this is what I live for. This is what I strive for. I want to bring people along. I mean, let's all do it if we can. You
Yeah.
know.
And now, Rashad, so if I came to you and you didn't know me and like you're a coach, so what do you say to people that come to you and then they hear Millionaire by Morning and they don't really have the right mindset at the moment? And they're like, well, you said Millionaire by Morning, so what's the quick fix to be a millionaire? What would you say to that person?
There is no quick fix to be a millionaire. That's the first thing that I would say. It's not, and I don't want to. I don't want to get people caught up in like a get rich quick type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we are no longer in the day of you have to wait to be 70 years old to be a millionaire. You have to work, all of your life, save all of your money, get in the stock market to become a millionaire. So my message is you can be a millionaire. It's going to take work. You can take product. I can give you the numbers. I can give you the way to do it. It's just going to take work. And I'm gonna give you an example from now, from if you just go back 20 years, from however how old you are now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say anyone that's Generation X or a boomer, you more than likely made $1 million over your lifetime. You know what I mean? You're just not, you don't have it, you don't have it in the bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But you've more than likely made that before.
Yeah.
And then when you break the numbers down, I think it's $8,333 a day. Find a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? What can we put together? How can we make that per day? So that's not, because we're on the World Wide Web now, that's not unattainable like it used to be. So what I'm trying to do, my avatar person that I try to talk to the most is Generation X, people that's in my age group, and say, hey, listen, you can get rid of that mindset that you used to have, to where you had to, because it's hard to shake that. You had to go to school, you had to get this certain job, then you had to put into the stock market for 40 to 50 years. The right person had to die to leave you some money. You don't have to do that anymore. That's what I'm trying to get Generation X to realize. You can start a business. Now I can help you with that. You need marketing. I can help you with that. Or I can get you on the right track. So really, I'm telling them now, what you want to do now is just listen to my podcast. Like, I'm really giving step by step, the people that I'm speaking with, they are giving all of the roadmap. So that's what we're doing, is just drawing up a roadmap to show people, hey, you had a 20-year career, you can get out of that 20-year career. You're an expert now at something. Whatever you did for the last 20 years, you're an expert now. Let's bottle that up. May it be in a book or a product or a service. You become a coach, and then you can sell that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've created a program just for that. And
Mm-hmm.
basically what it's doing is showing people how to do the events that I did that, you know, you met me at. And,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show them how to start a product or start a service. And then we move on to doing webinars. Then we move on to doing a workshop, whether it be virtual or whether it be in person. And then lastly, it's a speaking engagement or an event.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking them through the steps. What they do with them steps, that's on them.
Now, Rashad, can you say that one more time? You can give a person the steps, but what do they have to do after you give them the steps?
It's on them. I don't think you're from Texas, but it's a saying in Texas. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yes.
So once I give them the steps, they have to do the work. They're going to have to do the work. And we start with mindset because that's where it starts at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it begins.
And now, Rashad, I'm going to show you something. Now, because I knew you was going to be on my show, I got my phone case inspired by you.
There we go. Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
see, a lot of people think that you just have to when they hear millionaire, they like, oh, well, it's just this quick fix. Or if I do this video, I'm going to instantly become rich. Or I can do this one thing. They don't understand there's a process. First off, your mind has to be mentally aligned. You got to get around people that can coach you. You have to be teachable. So it's a lot that I don't think people really understand that goes into. They just hear millionaire and they're like, oh, I can just do that by doing this and that. But they need people like you that know, that have done things that can really guide them properly.
Definitely. I listen, like where the way that here's when I say mindset, I've always been an entrepreneur. My father was an entrepreneur. When I say mindset, my mindset has always been in abundance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it never occurred to me that other people didn't think like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say like money mindset coach, first of all, they have to understand that they very well can have an abundant mindset. Some people don't want it. They don't care to have it. It's just people out there that's like that. And I didn't really know because the people that I was around was mostly, really out there trying to get it. So I really thought everybody was like that. But come to find out, they're not. But it normally goes back to, and I don't mean to say that everybody wants a whole lot of money or anything. What I'm saying is there's things that you want that you can have, right?
Yeah.
The thing is you have to work to get it. You have to, and I don't mean slave. I mean, you really have to make your mind up that this is what you want. I've made my mind up. Anita, I don't know how much it's going to make. I mean, how much it's going to take. I've done the numbers, but I know I want 100 acres, and I want to put a house on it, and I want it to be a boys' ranch. And I know that I don't know how it's going to come, but I know that I know that is. If I had $3 million, I'd put all $3 million on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be back at zero. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't matter to me because that's what I want. So I'm just going after however much money it's going to take me to get what it is that I want. And I want to be able to teach these kids and be able to show them, things that I knew growing up. So that's like my way of giving back. And that's something I know that's near and dear to me. I like to travel. I want to be able to jump on a plane whenever I'm ready to and spend a week somewhere if I can. So let me get enough money to do that, right?
Yeah.
So I would just want people to realize it don't matter the amount of money. What matters is, are you really living the life that you want to be living? So if that's not the case, let's get you there. Let's at least get you there.
Now, Rashad, for our listeners who want to know, how can they reach out to you? How can they have you as their coach? How can they go about doing that?
So at Millionaire by Morning on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram. I'm recreating the Instagram. On all of these, you can inbox me. Just inbox me. And yeah, I think what I say, Facebook, Instagram, and then my website. I am creating a newsletter. I have a newsletter. The best way, sign up for the newsletter and you'll be able to get everything that I provide. And then I'll show you all of the coaching programs. I introduce you to some amazing people that has made amazing moves and have garnered amazing amounts of money. And you can just follow their steps. Just follow their steps. Do what they do. There you go. They're the roadmap right there.
Well, listen to everybody who's listening to this podcast. Rashad is truly a man of knowledge, integrity, and he always has the best intentions for whoever he engages with. I encourage you, if you want to learn, if you want to be guided properly, to reach out to him, get his coaching. You will not regret it. Rashad, thank you so much for being on the show. You gave away a lot of information, and I just want to say I wish you a lot of success. Thank you for being somebody I can call a friend that's in my life that have inspired me and motivated me.
You are very much welcome. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for inviting me to your events. I just want to say that anyone that's out there listening, just keep doing what you're doing and stay consistent. Make moves, make money, and make memories.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We'll see you next time on Life with Anita. Have a good night, everybody.